everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Sonja, and in today's video we are doing all new high-end bathroom DIYs. We are starting off with a pendant light, and I just want to say that these are all items that I currently had in my bathroom but decided to give them a new life because I had completely redid my bathroom and I didn't want to go out and buy all new pieces. Instead, I had upcycled these to fit the new style. So first thing I'm going to do is clean this up, just dust it off and make sure there's no dust on it because the paint won't stick. I will be using a bare chalk spray paint in black, as well as some gilding wax and some paint. Now I did not show the paint. The paint I've decided to use as the project went on, which I will let you know in a little bit how that went. So I take this apart once it was cleaned, and then I took some more cleaning and cleaned the inside of it as well, kind of behind the little glass shades. So once that was fully cleaned, I ended up spray painting the whole piece with that black bare paint, spray paint. This is in flat because I do not want it to be shiny. And every time you turn it around, you just want to make sure that the other side is dry before you flip it. And with the spray paint, it really does not take that long for it to dry. I just want to mention that I recorded this video I think it was late summer. It just didn't find the right time to share it, and I thought a lot of people are taking winter months to spruce up their space, and this is such an inexpensive way to do that because all you really need is some paint and some elbow grease. So here is the gold paint that I'm going to be using. I kind of tested it out to see which one I liked. I found that the gilding wax that I originally set out to use was just a little bit too reddish. So I was trying to as you can see, I did try it on and I just found that it just did not work. So I was trying to paint these little knobs. They're the ones that kind of go over the screws that come out through those holes. So I ended up actually taking those screws and just putting the knobs on the end of them, and then just painting them that way. It was a little bit easier to hold that without messing it up by touching it with my fingers. So then I take that same gold paint and I just paint the pieces that I felt were kind of like accent pieces. So I sprayed these circles at the ends. I will paint the tops and then the sides as well.
I'm not hiding anything. I think you know me too well. I'm always coming up short on words. You should know that.
If you're stopping by my channel for the very first time, welcome. Here on this channel I share tons of home decor DIYs, as well as thrift store flips and Dollar Tree seasonal decor DIY. So if this is something that interests you, I hope you consider subscribing, pressing the notification bell so you don't miss out any of my future uploads. And those of you returning, thank you so very much. And if this is the first video you're watching for this year, well, I just want to say Happy New Year, and I hope your year is to a fantastic start.
Now we've been down this road, so I'm not sure what you think you heard.
I probably should have taped some areas, but I was worried that if I tape it with the painter's tape and then pull it off, because the paint was dry, but it wasn't like 24 hours with it drying, I was worried it was gonna pull off. So I end up using just wherever I messed up, I just took a paper towel, blocked the area off, and just added a little bit more spray paint. You could also spray paint a little bit of paint into the lid and then just go with a paintbrush to touch it up.
I will let you walk away if my eyes can't convince you that I'm still in love since you first took my hand on that sweet summer night. And if your heart cannot trust me, then I say this must be the start.
I just love the way this turned out, and it looks so good in my new powder room, newly refinished powder room. So the next item that I'm going to be working on are these candle holders. They were the wall mount candle holders, and I love them. Back when I bought them, I got them off of clearance at Home Sense. I thought they were so good on my wall when I first got them, because they had that little bit of a vintage farmhousey look. But now that I have completely changed the look of my bathroom, they no longer worked. So I am going to figure out the gold paint. I will just end up using the same gold paint that I did before, and I think that was spun gold in acrylic paint. And then I'm going to use that same black spray paint to spray paint the pieces. I will be spray painting only the wood parts, not the iron parts. And but again, you want to make sure that they are fully cleaned off of any dust particles or anything that could be there, because the paint is not going to stick. So this spray paint cost me $13, and the paint that I was using, for the gold paint that I was using, was $1.25. So that is the price of this upcycle.
Your eyes keep wandering away. If you made up your mind to leave this behind, then I can't force you to stay.
Like I said, it did take me a little while just to kind of figure out which paint to use. I did this actually before I painted my I'm just doing these kind of backwards a little bit, but I did figure out the paint that I was going to use before I painted my light fixture, just so that way my golds do match that I am using here. This was the one thing about this project. It did take me a while to paint the iron pieces gold, but it was so worth the time that it took.
My eyes can't convince you that I'm still in love since you first took my hand on that sweet summer night. And if your heart cannot trust me, then I say this must be the start of us saying goodbye. If my eyes can't convince you that I'm still in love since you first took my hand on that sweet summer night. And if your heart cannot trust me, then I say this must be the start of us saying goodbye. Start of us saying goodbye.
So I didn't want to bore you with more painting, so once I was finished painting this one, I proceeded to paint the other one. I just did not share that part with you. These look so good on my wall and match perfectly with the rest of gold accents that are in this bathroom. And because I'm doing a lot of wood tones in my house, I wanted to give this box a little bit of uplift too. Facelift, not uplift, facelift. So this is where you sit on top of my toilet, and I put a little piece of decor in it as well as extra toilet paper. So I'm going to paint this with old ochre first, which is just a creamy color. You can use any creamy color. I'm using the Any Sloan chalk paint, and then I'm going to dry brush graphite on it and finish it off with some antiquing wax. I had all of these supplies on hand because I was doing a different project a while back. I redid my front hallway table, which I can link in a description in a corner here for you to check out if you want to see how I did that. I pretty much used the same paints as I did now. So this was pretty much a free upcycle. And because I was doing a lot of furniture painting and a lot of decor piece painting, I did purchase some new brushes. And I got these off of Amazon. And they are small brushes, so they're not necessarily good for large pieces because it's going to take you a while with such a small brush. But they are perfect for little projects. So once this paint had some time to dry, I took my graphite and just gently dry brushed it on. So dry brushing technique, if you're not familiar with it, is you take very little paint. As you can see, I don't have a lot of paint there. And then you take as much off of it as you can so it's not wet, and then you just apply that gently on. And you definitely don't want to cover the whole piece with it. Now I'm going to take my antiquing wax because the dry brushing doesn't take long to dry, and I'm going to use my Any Sloan wax paint, dark wax paintbrush, I mean, and I've had this brush for a very long time, and I am just going to cover the whole piece with it, and then at this time you can also wipe it off if you want, but I am putting so little and spreading it out that I didn't really need to wipe it off, but you definitely can wipe it off if you want to. And just make sure that you just have the coverage is even, if that's what matters to you. I am adding a little bit more over where the design was just to cover it up a little bit better. I am obsessed with this technique, and I just love how this looks. It looks like it's now like old barn board. And then the very last project that I did, which I'm not going to show you the finished project because it's so simple and you just know what it looks like, is I took my garbage can because it was gray. I picked this up at a dollar store. Could have went and got another black garbage can, but why buy one when this one's perfectly fine? And since I already had the paint, I just spray painted the garbage bag can with the same black spray paint. Well, I hope you guys had enjoyed these videos. I certainly enjoyed making them, and they made such a huge difference for zero cost. And if you enjoyed them, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks so much for watching.